So for this recipe, I am going to use two kinds of blueberries, fresh ones and frozen. These little ones are wild blueberries. They are so sweet and delicious. So I'm going to heat up slowly the wild frozen blueberries with some sugar and lemon juice. And as soon as it boils, cover, remove from the heat, and let it sit overnight on the stove. Look at that. This is absolutely amazing. Talking about flavor, this is it. So the next step here, I am going to sieve it and separate the juice from the solids. And everything is going to be used for the insert and the mousse. So for the center of the cake, the insert, we're gonna make like a soft marmalade. So I'm going to heat up the blueberry juice, then I'm going to throw in there the sugar agar-agar mixture, bring to a boil and cook for 2 minutes on low heat. Transfer to a frozen pastry bowl, let it sit for a while and refrigerate until it has completely set. Meanwhile, I'm gonna give fresh blueberries a quick rinse. And then you wanna pick through and make sure there's no little stem left, and bad ones, of course. In a hot frying pan, I'm gonna saute together wild frozen blueberries with fresh blueberries and some of the blueberries we saved from the juice. So this awesomeness is going to be combined with the jellified juice we've made earlier. Here it is. So you want to smooth this out with your immersion blender, and then I'm gonna fold in the blueberries. And if you want, you can spice this up with Timut pepper, a peppercorn from Nepal. It's got this incredible grapefruit aroma, and you'll find out that the citrusy notes are so welcome for this one-of-a-kind dessert. Fill two 15 kVt semi-sphere silicone molds, freeze completely and turn them into spheres and put back in the freezer. To follow, I am going to take care of the mousse based on ganache montée. We've made that before, an easy-to-go eggless mousse. Bring to a boil half of the heavy cream, pour into the white chocolate, blend well, add the softened gelatin and drop in the blueberry solids we saved from the juice. That's gonna give a wonderful blueberry flavor. And lastly, add remaining but chilled heavy cream, blend well and refrigerate overnight. Next in the agenda, let's plant some blueberry seeds and see what happens. So I am going to whip the cold blueberry ganache montée to soft peaks. It's important that you keep it soft. That way it can spread in the mold in a better fashion. Keep an eye on it and everything should be fine. Fill up cavities 2/3 full. Place the frozen blueberries insert, press down a bit and put the lid on. Make sure that it is well in place and sealed. By the way, this recipe makes 10 fruits, so if you only have one silicone mold, whip half of the ganache montée today and make your second batch the next day. Finish the spheres with the remaining ganache montée, making sure that there is no empty spaces left behind. To make it easy, just follow the shape of the dome as you fill it. It's a little bit technical, but after a couple, you will figure that out. Take off excess mousse and save it for later touch-up. Place cake in the freezer overnight. You want them to be rock solid before unmolding. Look at those cuties. Demold and stabilize the cakes using an upside-down silicone mold or any other device that would do the trick. Next step, slightly shave off both ends to mimic the shape of the blueberry. To follow, I'm gonna create the blueberry crowns using some marzipan. So you wanna turn that out into paper-thin coins and simply fold in the edges to look like a crown. Stick it with a dot of leftover mousse and freeze those beauty queens until ready to glaze. Speaking of which, this is exactly what we are going to be making now. This kind of chocolate glaze is known as enrobage, which is a mixture of 1-to-1 ratio of cocoa butter and chocolate. Melt cocoa butter first. Remember, cocoa butter can boil, not the chocolate. As soon as it is melted, remove from the heat and drop in the white chocolate and a tiny bit of dark chocolate too. When it is melted, transfer chocolate mixture to a narrow container, add food coloring and blend. So blueberries are blue, right? And blue is my favorite color, though I am not a fan using it over pastries. So I prefer going toward purple tone, deep purple. Love it. Gorgeous. Sieve and let it sit until enrobage temperature reaches 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 Celsius. Now the fun. Glaze each frozen cake, crown side up, like so. And after a quick bath, put it out crown side down, rotating the cake as it begins to set to ensure a neat result. Do likewise until dawn. I hope guys you have enjoyed this blueberry en trompe-l'œil episode. To get the full recipe, measurements and everything you need to know, go to my website brunoalbouze.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my cookie channel and website and sign up in order to get my free ebook. So for the last touch-up, and in order to mimic the bloom, I'm gonna use some cornstarch. Did you know that the blueberry bloom is a natural waxy coating produced by the berries that acts as a barrier, protecting the skins from the insects and bacteria? It also helps to seal in the fruit's natural moisture. How cool is that? Enjoy!